So, good evening and welcome to Tuesday evening's fitness yoga. So we're going to start off with our breathing just to bring ourselves to our mat. So making sure our feet are underneath our hips, that we're pulling in our thighs and our bottom. We're bringing in our pelvic floor, our abdominals, our shoulders back and down, our chin tucked in. We're going to breathe in and lifting our arms up. If we want to, we can stretch them arms and breathing out through the nose, pulling the shoulders in. Think about pushing the air out of the body. Do whatever makes you feel good. Just imagine as you're breathing in good air, good oxygen. As we're breathing out all the rubbish that our body needs to get rid of. Breathe in all that you're thankful for. And breathe out everything that's worrying you. Let's do 3 more. And 2 more. And our last one. And just breathe in, bring it back to normal. So we're going to do diagonal. We'll start off with our right hand, bring our right hand behind our head. We're going to breathe in and look up to our elbow and breathe out down to our shoulder. So here we go, breathing in to look up and breathing out to look down. Breathe in to look up. And breathe out to look down. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. And bring it back to center. And let's try the other side. So bring the arm up, breathe in to look up. And breathe out to look down. And our last ones. And bring it back to center. Bring the hand down. So let's do a diagonal from here, turning the foot out to the side. So we're pointing the toes away and bringing the hips over. We're going to tuck the chin in and breathe out and roll ourselves down towards our feet. If you need to, you can bend them knees, but you're letting the body just drop forward. When you get here, One hand should be either side of the foot. We're going to hold it for 3 breaths. But we're going to make sure we're pushing down through the back foot. We're not rolling just into that front leg. When we're ready to come up, we're tucking that chin in. And we're breathing in as we roll back up. Making sure the hand stays either side of that leg. And bringing the head back up. Lift the foot, bring it back round to the front, and let's take the other side out. So lifting the foot, turn it round, turn the body, but pushing down to that back leg. Tuck the chin in, breathe out, pull the belly in, bend the knees if you need to, bring the body down to the floor. Feel as if the hips are being lifted, the ribs are being lifted out and pushed down to the floor. And then curling up, breathing in. And bringing it back to the front. One more on each side. Turning it out. Pull the stomach in, breathe out, curl down. If your hands are touching the floor, make sure that the fingers are pointing towards you, that you're not pushing down, so you're stopping yourself from moving. Let gravity work. If it wants to push you down, it will. If it doesn't, it won't. And we're rolling back up. Last side. And we're rolling up. Lovely. So we're going to go backwards. We're still turning that foot out, but this time we're placing the hand on the head. The elbow's going in the same direction as the foot. We're placing our hand on our bum and we're looking into the crook of our arm. We're breathing in, pushing the hips forward, lifting the elbow up, not letting the head drop back, but using the elbow to lift. So we shouldn't have any pinching or pulling at the front or the back of the neck. Our hand on our bums there to stop gravity working, but we can take it off the next time if we want. 3 breaths, feeling the breath coming in through the front, lifting the body up, pushing it back. Then we're going to breathe out and bring the body back up. Take the hand down, bring it back to centre. Let's try the other side. So turning it out, hand on the bum if we need to, hand on the back, on the head, look into the crook. Breathe in, lift the elbow up, 3 breaths here. Keeping the weight even this time into the front leg, don't let it all just run into that back leg. And then breathing out to bring it back up. Bringing it back. Last one. So this time I'm going to take my hand away, let it slide down my leg. You don't have to, you can keep your hand there if you want to. Listen to your body, not me. Breathing in, taking it back. Lovely. And then we're bringing it back up. And last time. Pushing forward, breathing in. And then breathing out to bring it back up. Bring it back around the front. So we're going to take the feet slightly apart. We're going to turn the toes from facing forward to turning out slightly. So the knees go in the same direction. And we're going into caterpillar. I'm turning sideways. We're going to tilt the pelvis back, pull the shoulders back, look up. Bending the knees, we're bringing the chest down. We're letting the hands drop. And then we're curling all the way back up. As we get to the top, the hips go back, the shoulders pull back, the head looks up. We bend them knees as much as we can, breathing out, bringing it down. Breathing in, lifting back up. Trying to make it one complete movement. Think about the spine moving. Going one direction, then it's going in the other direction. It's more to do with the spine, but we'll still feel it in the hips. We'll feel it in the knees, in the upper back, the shoulders, the chest. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It can, as long as it feels that the spine is moving for you. And we're going to do 2 more. And our last one. Bringing ourselves back to standing. So, if we turn our feet from turning out to turning back in, if you want, we can have a block on the floor. We're taking our hands down and we're going to do a twist. So we're breathing in, we're lifting up. We're breathing out, reaching forward, taking our hands down, placing them on the floor on a block. If you start with your right hand, you're going to lift your arm up towards the ceiling. Then as you breathe out, bring the hand back down. Breathe in, lift the other arm up. Feel that stretch on the inside of the thigh. Breathe out, bring it down. Bend the knees, lift the arms, breathe in, lift up. Let's go again. We're going to start on the other side first. Breathing out, stretch out. Hands down to the floor or to the block. Breathe in, lift your left arm up to the ceiling. Breathe out, bring it down. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, bring it down. Bend the knees, stretch the arms, lift up. Let's do 1 more on each side. Straight down. Lift your right. Stretch back. Bring it down. Take it to the other side. Bring it down. Bend the knees, stretch up. Last one. Work with your breath. And then bring the arms back down. So, bring your feet back together. If you can, you're taking your hands into prayer. If you can't, you're bringing your hands to here. So it's wherever you can get your hands. Now we're going to rotate the shoulders. Doesn't matter which way you go, because I'm going to get you rotating them in the opposite direction after. Hiya! Nice to see you. So rotating the shoulders. And then we're going to take them in the opposite direction. And then we're bringing the hands down. We're undoing them. Woo! Take a bow. Very good. So we've worked out the arms and the shoulders. Now for the hips. If you want to hold a wall, remember you can keep it down or you're taking it out, round and in. Lovely. So the bigger you can make that, the better it is. 5, lovely. 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Good. You'll feel it all through this side. So moving over, plus we're working that leg that we're standing on. So taking it out, taking it round, as big as you can make it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and bring it down. Give your legs a little shake. So we're going up onto our tiptoes. So we're bringing our feet together and trying to get them to touch if you can. Squeeze the legs in. We're going to turn our palms backwards, pull our shoulders back. Now as we're going up, we're going to push our hands backwards and try and come up onto our tiptoes. I'll go sideways. So find a spot on the floor, pull the shoulders back, pull everything in as much as you can, breathe in, lift onto your toes and push the arms backwards. And then bringing it back down again. Lovely. Let's try one more. Shoulders come back, hands are pushing back. So we're starting to work this area here. We're finding our spot, we're squeezing everything in. And then as we breathe in, we're lifting, but now we're still breathing. And bringing it down. Give your legs and your bum a little shake. So we're going to take it into our sun salutation. It's not our fast one like the other night, but I'm going to just change the camera position so that you can see my feet rather than my head. So we're taking our feet in line with our hips. We're making sure that we're lifting up the toes, engaging the thighs, engaging the pelvic floor, the abdominals, shoulders back and down, hands together in prayer. So we're pushing with them. We're tucking the head back. We're closing our eyes if we can. We're just taking 5 breaths just to bring ourselves here. Think about, give yourself a tap on the back for what you've accomplished. So we're going to breathe in, lifting the arms up and stretching back. As we breathe out, we're bringing our hands down to the floor to a forward bend. Remember, you can bend the knees if you need to. We're breathing in, we're looking forward, shoulders comes back, chin tucks in. Start with your right foot, step back. Let the hips drop. If you want, stay here or bring it up. Or lift the arms into lunging warrior. Bring the hands down. Step back to down dog. Find the position that suits you best. Come up onto your tiptoes. And then we're coming forward to plank. Now it can be out, knees down if you need to, tuck chin tucked in. Bend the elbows, bring the chin down, slide the body, lift up to cobra or sphinx, whichever you prefer. Tuck the toes, bring yourself back to down dog. You're going to lift your left foot up in the air. And you should find that the heel of the right foot will go down a little bit more. Pull that leg in towards the chest, look forward and flick it out. If it doesn't go, grab it up. Again, let the hip drop. Bring yourself up to wherever you feel you want to come. Step in. Let the head drop. Breathe in, bending the knees, lift up. One more. Breathe out. Breathe in. Left foot this time, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in as you're coming up onto your tiptoes. Breathe out as you're coming to plank. Breathe in as you're lifting to cobra. And breathe out when you're back into down dog. Breathe in as you're lifting the right foot up in the air. And breathe out as you step it through your hands. Breathe in as you're lifting up. And breathe out as you're stepping in. Breathe in, lift up, and breathe out. Bring the hands back down to prayer. Lovely. So, we're going forward into head to the floor. But we're going to take our time. If you need to, you can have a block. And you can have the block in different directions. So, the block can be this direction, it can be here, it can be here. It's wherever you want to get to. We're going to start by just bringing our foot down. So, I'm going to have mine that way. We're taking our feet nice and wide. Making sure that they're facing forward, they're not sticking out. So they're forward and you're pushing down through the outside. You're not letting the feet collapse inwards, you're pushing right out. You're going to breathe in, lift the arms up. And breathe out, reach forward, 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 forward. Till you can get your hands on the floor. Now your head, you're going to try and put the top of your head on your block. And you're just going to let yourself stop here. You might have to adjust it depending on where it is. But you just want to let yourself relax here. And what we're doing is we're just giving the ankles, the knees, the inner thighs, the spine, a little bit of an idea of where we're going. We're just saying we're going to start moving you in a second. So we're keeping our hands here. We're going to lift our head up and look forward. So we're not coming out of it yet. We're starting with our feet. We're going to lift our toes and turn our toe out and place it down. And then turn the other one, place it down. So now the toes are sticking out to the side, but we're going to see if we can push our heels to meet them. Then we might find that we can turn our block a little bit. So instead of being up, we turn it the other way. And then we're going to try and put our head down again on our block. Keep pushing down through the outside of your foot. Try not to let it roll in. And then we're going to lift ourselves up and look forward again. Now you may not be able to, but you might be able to turn the foot out one more and then push it out a little bit further. You may be able to get rid of the block this time and put your head to the floor. Keep trying to push down through the outside of your foot. So we're going to lift up, we're going to look forward, and this time we're going to bend forward and bring the knees down. So we're just going to push forward into a kind of a monkey pose. Then we're going to walk our hands back to the front, tuck our toe at the back, lift up, back into our side ones, walk our hands round, turn, bring our knee at the back down, lift our foot up at the front, and again dropping down. Let's try one more on each side. Bring the hand to the front. Tuck the toe at the back. So your hand at the front. Lift and turn. Walk the hands over. Turn the foot onto your tiptoe at the back. You're coming down onto your knee. You're rocking the foot back. Let the body drop down. We've got to do one more. So bring them hands to the front. Tuck the toe at the back. Lift. Walk the hands across. Onto the tiptoe and the heel. Bring it down. Straight straighten that front leg. And then sort of just letting your body drop forward as if you're doing press-ups. Just bending the arm a little. Now from here, the leg that's out, we're taking our hands back on the inside, but we're going to bring that foot back behind. Tuck our toes, lift ourselves up, give ourselves a little walk. Now from here, if we come up onto our fingertips, you're going to bring your foot in front of the other foot. Then you're going to bring the foot in front of the other foot. And you're going to walk your feet towards your hands. And then from here we can go into our gorilla. So bend your knees and bring your chest so that it's resting on your thighs. Then you're going to bring your fingertips underneath your feet, underneath your toes. Let your head drop down between your arms and see if you can straighten one leg and then the other leg. So you're just straightening one. And then we're bringing them both bent. We're rolling the shoulders back, taking the fingers off, looking forward. And then we're going to use our bum muscles to push us up and then our back to pull us back. Now, you may find that you want to push forward. That is fine. We're going to take it down again into our gorilla pose. Now, we started with that part of our fingers underneath. We're going to see if we can bring it down either to our knuckles or to the knuckle there or onto the hand when we go down again. We can try one leg at a time or we can do both legs. So, from here, we're going to go into a chair position. So you're tilting the pelvis back, you're sitting down, you're bringing your chest down onto your thighs. Then you're bringing your fingers and you're seeing if you can get the tips of your fingers first or all the way under, trying to push down with your toes, letting your head drop down. From here, you're trying to either straighten one leg at a time or both legs. If it's both legs, then with your hands, you're bending your elbows out to the side. So if you can get both legs straight, then you start to move your elbows. If you're still having a problem with your legs, then you just get the legs to go one at a time. So again, we're going to bend the knees, undo the hands, look forward, pull the shoulders back, and then breathe in, lift, push the hips forward if we need to. Where am I going to now? Ooh. Okay, so bring yourself back down. From here, if we take ourselves down to the floor and then bring our knees down. We're going to take ourselves onto our side. So from here, we'll lie ourselves down. You can bend that bottom leg or you can keep it straight. It's up to you. You're going to turn your foot, so facing out, you're going to turn it up. you're going to bring the leg up. And you're just pulling the leg towards you. Try to make sure that the knee's nice and straight. You're not bending, but you're trying to pull it back. And then bring it down. So we're going to turn it forward, and you're going to bring the foot forward and lift it up in line with your hip. And then you're bringing it back out. So again, we're going to move it forward. And we're bringing it back down. So squeeze them stomach muscles, bring it forward, bring it back. Let's do one more. Now with this, we're working that hip and you'll feel it working the knee at the same time. So turn the toes back up, lift it up, grab hold, give another pull. And then we're bringing it down and bringing it back and letting it rest. So we're going to change sides. I'm going to move the other way around. So again, let the head relax in the hand. That bottom leg can be straight or bent. I'm keeping it bent. The top leg, it's facing forward to start. We're turning the toes up. We're lifting it up, we're grabbing any way we can, and we're pulling that leg towards our head. We're bringing it down, we're turning the toes forward, and we're bringing it out in line with our hip. We're bringing it back and we're bringing it forward again. And we're going to do 5 of these. So 3, 4, and one more, 5. Turn the toe up. Lift it up, give it a pull. And bringing it down. Turn it round, place it down. One more each side. So now I'm keeping that bottom leg straight so that it's working a bit more of the stomach muscles. Turn the foot up, lift it up, give it a pull. So we're bringing it down. Turning the foot to face forward, we're kicking it forward and we're bringing it back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it back, turn the toes up, lift it. One more pull. Now with this, you'll feel it starting to work. It works on the thighs, it works on the bum. It's starting to work the backs of them legs, but We're going to be doing sleeping baby pose, or yoga pose I should say. And we're going to bring it down. But while we're here, if we turn that foot up so that it's flat down and the knees turning up towards the ceiling, the foot that's on the floor, you're going to try and lift that up. So you're lifting it and then down, up and down. And then bring it down. So that's working the inner thigh. Let's try the other side. So roll over, change sides. So I'm keeping the bottom one straight this time, but you don't have to. Turn the top one up, lift it up, grab hold, give it a pull. We're bringing it down. We're turning the toes in. If you want, put that hand at the front. Kick it forward. Bring it back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn it, lift it up, grab hold. Let's give it one more pull. Bring it down, place it flat on the floor. Lift the other foot at the bottom off. And bring it down, roll onto your back. Pull your knees up to your chest, give yourself a little cuddle. It should feel nice and relaxing on that bum muscle. So now from here, we're going to stay on our back and we're bringing our feet and we're placing them so that they're straight up but they're parallel to the floor. So as if we were sitting against the wall, we'd be pushing our feet against the wall. It's a bit like sort of stirrup position when we're giving birth. So that position. Now we're going to kind of walk our feet inwards and outwards. So you're turning your feet in towards and your knees towards each other. Then you're turning them away. So you're just going backwards and forwards with the knees and the feet. So this again is starting to work them hips. At the same time our knees and our ankles are being worked. And then we're going to bring the feet and place the feet flat on the floor, keeping them knees bent. So we're taking it or trying to get into yogic sleeping pose, which is basically trying to get your legs behind your head. Not necessarily going to get there, and because sometimes I need to be there to hold you in that position. But we'll start off. You're bringing one foot up in the air and you're bringing your elbow on the inside of your knee but the outside of your foot. So it's a bit like that one where we pull down. So you're trying to pull your knee, I'll do the other side. You're trying to pull your knee down to the floor, but your sole of your foot sticking up in the air. So you can use two hands if you want, but you're really trying to just pull down so you'll feel the hips starting to open. And then we're going to take it and do the other side. So hand on the inside, elbow on the inside, hand on the outside, sole of the foot pointing up to the ceiling. You're trying to pull the knee down to the floor on the outside of your hip. So not underneath your armpit. You want to make sure that it's going clear past your arm. Now with this, your arm is winning, so you're pulling down with the leg and and the arm is letting you win. So it's got more strength than the leg. But we're going to try and trick the leg in a minute. So we're bringing that foot back down. So we're bringing our other foot up, our elbow on the inside, our hand on the outside. And again, we're going to make it feel as if our hand is winning by pushing down, but then we're going to try and let our foot win by straightening the leg straight out, but we're still pulling with that hand as if it's strong enough to stop our foot. And then we're going to relax. So let's try the other side. So keep pulling with the hand, and then all of a sudden let the foot win. So it straightens, but we're still pulling with all our force with that arm. And then bringing it down. So we're going to try the same thing with two at the same time. We're bringing our hand on the inside, we're grabbing the outside of our foot, we're pulling down, but then we're going to let our feet win. So they're stretching and pulling out, but we're still pulling with them arms. And then bring the two legs down. So with the legs here, so with them, you're not bringing them flat on the floor, lift the legs up, have your elbows on the inside, but with your hands on the outside. Now see if you can cross your ankles over and bring your hands on the inside of your legs, but your hands are sort of on your heels. From here, you're going to push the feet straight back over your head, and then you're going to breathe out and try and get your head and your body through your legs. So you're trying to push them down and you're trying to wiggle as if you're being born again through your legs. Now normally I would be there trying to push your feet down as you get in, but I'm not there today. So we're going to relax. We're going to look at where our feet are so that we can change the position of our feet. I'm going to turn around and scare the hell out of everybody on Instagram because I'm coming in the opposite direction. So whichever way your feet was crossed before, you're going to cross the feet over the opposite direction. You're bringing your arms through, trying to get your shoulders through, trying to push down and trying to emerge through your arms, through your legs, sorry. and then relax. Bring the legs down. Let your body just drop down. So we have to do a reverse for this. So we have to roll over onto your belly. Straighten your legs out. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. And let's lift up into Sphinx. Lift the head out, pull the elbows back. Lift the body up. If you want to push into Cobra, you can, but you don't have to. And then let yourself come down. Put your head on the floor. Let your body relax. And from here, I'm going to get you to roll over again, back onto your back, and we'll go into our relaxation. So you can lie down flat, you can lie on your side, you can have your legs bent, you can have your legs straight. It's completely up to you. I am going to get you to do one of the breathing exercises that we did on Monday, which is Sikari, or hissing breath. And this cools the body. So as you're lying down, you're going to breathe in through the mouth, but you're going to bring your tongue to the top of your set of teeth. And as you breathe in, you're going to suck the air in through the mouth. And so you're making a kind of a hissing sound as you're bringing it in. Then you're going to fill the air, fill the whole of the lungs. You're then going to hold it. So if you want, you can sort of tuck the chin down a little. You're going to pull your pelvic floor, pull your abdominals in, hold that air in for as long as you can. Then you're just letting the chin relax and breathing out through the nose. So again, it can be in any position you want. So we're going to take 3 big breaths in. So we're going to raise our arms above our head, breathe in through the nose, stretch the legs, and then out through the mouth. Relax. Big breath in again, stretching one arm, and then the other. And then when you need to breathe out again, breathe out. Pull the knees up towards the chest and roll the legs round in a circle. Feeling that nice massaging effect down the lower back. And we're taking it in the opposite direction. And then if we roll over onto our side, just stay here for a few seconds. Make sure everything feels okay. You feel alright, you don't feel too stressed or you're too tired. And then when you're ready, bring yourself up to seating. So, thank you very much for joining me. I've actually finished I'm just about to lose Instagram now, so take care, bye Instagram. And I'm going to come over and just finish. I'll just turn that off. Let me just turn that off. That's it, so the cameras are off now. Bye Insta.